Hello, I am Dr. Morrison. I am back once again to read through one more file again. Apparently, O5 had a few problems with what I had said and what I had commented on earlier, in the last one at least. But they have, after much convincing, found it in their best interest that I keep this going, for they don't have anyone else that they'd like to put in place of me, as everyone else seems to be less expendable. Today I am going to be covering another Keter class named SCP-2006. Special Containment Procedures. SCP-2006 is to be contained at Site-118 in an airtight containment cell. SCP-2006 must be constantly monitored for all changes in form, which are to be noted immediately. All personnel coming into contact with 2006 are required to enroll in an acting course with a focus on expressing fear and surprise. Every month, 2006 is to be shown at least one new, extremely low-quality horror or science fiction movie containing horror elements. All interaction with SCP-2006 must confirm that SCP-2006 continues to believe that said works demonstrate a superb grasp of horror. Description: SCP-2006 is an anomalous spherical entity roughly 50 centimeters in diameter when in its default state. SCP-2006's stated goal is to cause feelings of fear and/or horror in as many humans as possible. To accomplish this purpose, 2006 possesses the ability to change its shape, mass, volume, density, chemical structure, and voice to any form that it desires. Currently, there is no known way to damage 2006. The extent of its shape-shifting abilities is unknown, and is currently thought to be unlimited. Currently, 2006 has demonstrated a fondness for taking the forms of various entities and villains from the various horrors and science fiction movies that it has witnessed. The most common form that 2006 has taken is that of Roman, from the 1953 movie Robot Monster. 2006 is capable of speaking even when it possesses the form of an entity that is normally unable to speak. 2006 will generally attempt to startle and/or scare any individual it comes into contact with, but after doing so will become affable and friendly. The reason behind this is currently unknown. Although 2006 has repeatedly stated its goal of causing as much fear as possible, 2006 is a poor judge of concepts that cause fear in humans and constantly searches for new methods in which to accomplish its goal. This poor recognition extends to recognition of emotions in humans, as SCP-2006 is incapable of distinguishing between subtle differences in emotion that would be obvious to a human. Appendum: the current Site Director for Site-118 has issued the following memorandum regarding SCP-2006. The memorandum apparently goes into detail as to why 2006 is considered Keter. It was written by Dr. Randall Owings, and he is the Site-118 Director. He says that I have been getting reports of some of the lax behavior regarding 2006. Many personnel have been heard laughing at 2006 during surveillance when it watches a new movie, or when it attempts to scare individuals. Some personnel have been heard questioning why 2006 is classified as a Keter entity. I am here to remind you that a Keter entity is a Keter entity, regardless of how innocuous it may seem. No, 2006 is not a rampaging demigod, nor is it a regenerator super lizard. However, it possesses the same level of danger as any other Keter that the Foundation has contained. Think of 2006's purpose. It wishes to scare people. Imagine what would happen if 2006 broke containment and found out what really scared people. Imagine if it saw the horror and fear of war, or the concepts of paranoia or phobias coming to each and every human being. Imagine if it found the true horror of a nuclear holocaust, or an XK-class scenario. Now, couple that with an entity that possesses shape-shifting abilities with no known limits, and you'll understand why it's classified as Keter. All personnel mentioned above have been suitably disciplined. I do not want to hear about this again. Apparently, O5 also has an interview log of 2006 as well somewhere. I will pester them about getting the audio recording for that as well. I dare not ask for video, as I've read various other writings of logs, for O5 refuses to let me listen to the audio or watch the video. Some of them get very brutal. Now, this SCP I find to be rather strange and hilarious, in fact. Don't get me wrong, I do understand why it's considered Keter. Something that can change shape, and if it figured out true horror, then it could end the world by giving heart attacks to many, or by doing and changing into something so destructive, yet so horrifying, that it could wipe out human existence as a whole. But so long as it stays in proper containment, and seeing as to how we know how to contain it properly, then we should give it the safe object class, but treat it as Keter. It's rather comical, in my opinion, that we keep it as a Keter class rather than changing it to a simple safe class, or Euclid at the least. So that way it's still treated as if it has some danger around it. I'd have to disagree with Dr. Randall Owing's opinion on keeping it a Keter. And I'd have to disagree with O5's naming it a Keter, as it seems more Euclid or safe to me. This has been 2006. I plan on tackling more by tomorrow, after the usual experiments I have to run, and the usual dealings with SCPs I have to do. Unfortunately, I do not see any way of stopping, and as promised, I will keep pestering about getting the audio recordings of the interviews of 953 and 2006. This is Dr. Morrison. Good night.